Stories are such a powerful communication tool, Glenn. What's yours?
Not guilty.
Brilliant.
No, in terms of my story from boy to man, I started out, it's almost rags to riches. The house I was born in, I was born in a house. When my mum sold it, she split with my dad and had to sell it on. It actually got bought by a rag and bone man, not the singer. An old-fashioned, horse and cart. And until about 3 or 4 years ago, it had the horse and cart outside full of junk. And when I tell people I was born there, no one could believe it. It was very humble. When my dad left, it was a single parent on benefits. I got hand-me-downs, and it was all my clothes gave them jumble sales. I had 3 school meals, but that was normal. So I didn't in any way feel as though I'd missed out. But I was in an environment that, the poor part of town. So that becomes your sort of world, really. And so when I left school, I was on the dole, and I'd hang around with my friends. We'd play pitch and putt, mess around, do no work, get some sort of cash in hand jobs, and that's the life you fall into. But I would sign on because the government forced you to sign on to get your benefits. It's scandalous. Every 2 weeks, go into the front of the queue, and after about 6 months, you ask questions. Have you been for interviews? Yes, but I've never applied for anything. And I was told, well, if you don't go for 2 interviews, we're going to stop your unemployment benefit, which was an outrage. So I went along to 2 interviews. Well, actually, one was McDonald's, which I refused to go to because I had standards. Burger King had to be different. So I went to this job. It was county court, which I'd heard nothing about what he did. And I turned up with the sole intention of not getting the job. So one of the questions I was asked was, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? And obviously it's there to provoke and stimulate, a level of intellect. And I replied, Barnsley. And when I was asked why Barnsley, I said, well, I've heard it's worse than Bradford, and I can't believe that to be true, so I need to find out for myself. But whoever was interviewing me found me to somehow be funny. And gave me the job, which then meant if I didn't take the job, I'd lose my benefits, so I did. But what that opened me up to was a world of people who worked, who were middle class, who had a whole different outlook. And over time, I then started to share and incorporate their views and their ideas, and it sort of started to change my previous outlook. And from there, I went to university. And that then led me to getting a job in a legal part of firm as solicitors. I worked there and qualified as a legal executive. And that's then led to my career as, first of all, in property, a business called Quick Sale, which was a franchise. And then latterly to setting a business with David Laycock, which was Ewemove, which ultimately went on to be sold to a PLC for £15 million. Was the deal that was done, but that wasn't like an easy road.
No.
When I was in a Quick Sale, I'd gone for my job, which was very comfortable. Saw this opportunity in the property world because it was the mid 2000s. Property was booming, and I sort of stumbled upon a way that you could buy property with literally no money whatsoever, and recycle funds to amass enormous portfolio. And the money was literally pouring in. I'd gone from the everyday Joe's salary to 6-figure amounts in my bank account, and I just thought, wow, I'm the boy who's found the golden ticket. But then came the credit crunch, and that world tipped on its head completely. That was when you realise that you just don't get lucky in life. It comes at a very big cost, and I was facing bankruptcy. Because house market collapsed, no lending no more, and that's when I really learned how to operate a business. Before I was lucky, now I had to fight tooth and nail to survive. And the next sort of 4 or 5 years after that were the hardest I've ever worked in my life, for literally no money, but it was to survive.
That's got to be one of the strongest stories we've heard yet. Thank you very much, Glenn.
No problem.